Hello. It's not holidays anymore, so let's get back to work. Last time we did our clues refactor and we did some sketchy debug console statements to mostly show what we did actually worked. I feel like that is good enough for now. Kind of like to keep momentum going. I don't feel like I need to like. I almost got into like setting up automated tests, like test-driven development stuff in Unreal, but I didn't. But then I went on vacation and I decided that was bad. So we're just gonna leave that there. This week we're gonna do a little bit. It's so small. I feel like I already did it, but I'll double check if I did. Which was to remove a unique item from clues I can drop when I drop it, so I don't end up dropping the same item more than once. Items interacting. I'll come back to this. I want to talk about it. Let's just do this. Check this one out and see if it's there. Oh, there it is. All right, so we were gonna go. I think it's in here, isn't it? Get clue to drop. And I have this line, clues I can drop, remove at drop. So, yeah, is that all I need to do? And leave that there, and just in case, I'm gonna double check to see if I haven't done it over here in some way. Well, that's interesting. Probably from me messing about with it. No, I made a copy from me messing about. We'll find out when it loads. I did some messing about earlier, or some. Let's see if I can use 5.7, but one of the plugins isn't quite working with it, so I'm on 5.6 until I can figure that one out. I'm just double checking that I'm not. Oh, it would be in. It's what? It's not in here, is it? It's down here and do something sketchy, right? Can collect zone. Oh no, wait. Include a drop, and we drop it. The only thing I'm scared of putting it in here, that means that we could get one and it will take it out. So I'm kind of tempted to not do that. And instead oops, enter guys, enter. Oh, guys, seriously. And we'll just do view property, visible alien, blueprint read only. All right. Blueprint. Wait. Is that actually read only, or is it like JavaScript read only? You know what I mean? Like if I go if this is an int, right? Int get clue to drop. No, it's too. It's probably better to do it here. Give me a second. Or not here, but like do over there, but kind of both. Right? Mm. Right? So we'll do this where we give it a clue, drop unique clue, and then what we'll do is if and we have the do we have that? Do we have a list of all clues? Or is it just, is that why I can't get that? Is that why I'm not doing it here? Because I have to have all the clues. If that's true, then maybe the other way is correct. Because then you do in here, you should have all the clues somewhere, right? actor info, clue to drop, and then we wrote some code for that. Get. I should have named it something else. But what you gonna do? All right. So and values are gonna be a clue. We can do split this. All right, so there we go. We get the clues. If it is unique, we'll remove it. And then the ability will end. So we did it here. We'll do it here. So and the only problem is that we can't use this for everything. But we can move it somewhere else later. Probably write it up a little bit better later. But that should do that bit. Can we test it? At least test that it doesn't like explode, right? Ooh. What's the button to do something sketchy? I forget. I have to walk over to see my shadow to figure that one out. That's R. Oh, there we go. Do something sketchy. I found a clue. It's a unique watch. Well, it doesn't crash. Can I drop my watch a second? I wonder how many of these I have to. Can't do it a second time. I mean, realistically, I should have it like print out all the things I can. I just like nothing but footprints all over the house. Here. It's only 4 things, right? Oh my god, it's boots. Is it always boots? Is that the joke? Never really. Maybe it is. No. There we go. I don't think it's coming back, man. Though I'm suspicious about how many times boots comes up compared to clothes and red hair. Probably not that crazy. I'm just like bad at maths. Maths probably says it's fine. It doesn't crash. That's what I'm concerned with right now. And at some point, we have to make that something else. So let's put that in the. All right, I'm gonna call that done. So that's where we're gonna talk about this stuff. So we wanted to talk about items interacting with each other. I'm gonna make it bigger. So we're thinking about different things, combining 2 things to create a new thing, emptying containers and combining something to fill it. We're thinking about using projectiles for that. Physics object, locking them, constraint into plate, deleting constraint, direct association, light switch turns a light somewhere on and off. And I was thinking about how that creates 3 main systems for interaction between items, kind of. So for example, a direct reference, this is definitely a numero uno, right? Because it's a direct association. Physics objects is actually locking them into place isn't actually like an item. That's like a normal interaction system. Normal layer interaction plus collision activation 2. So you've got the normal interaction of physics objects and locking them to constraints, blah, 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 deleting constraints to the object. But this has an implied object physics collides into something. So this would be your 2 is right here. Meanwhile, all of this, and I have no problems deleting this part, is kind of like your normal kind of like layer activate. And this one too. Emptying containers, then combining into something to fill it, definitely is number 3. Which is projectile collision activation. But really, it's like you're activating, when you're doing a player activation to do an action that will do something on your thing, say reduce the amount of charges of whatever's in the container, but then at the same time fire a projectile which will use normal collision activation to do something once it hits it, like add poison or whatever. Combining 2 things to create a new thing. I'm kind of, here's the thing. Combining 2 things to create a new thing, I'm tempted to just say that's collision number 2. And then when you walk up to a thing that's just sitting there and you have the thing in your hand, you have the option of activating it against that thing. Now, whether I want it to be a different button or the same button, I don't know, right? That's the difference between combining a crowbar with a door or just using it with the door, right? But maybe that's something you just gotta pick, depending on what you're doing. Maybe buck wild. That just using it at all is collision activation. So yeah, I think there's only 3. So if we do these 3 systems, then we can create a whole bunch of different interactions based on them. This one, though, is very specific. But again, it still needs to be done, I guess. But yeah, why don't we do these? So we want to make a base kind of object, an item that you, with a direct reference activation. So you activate this and then it activates something over there. Does it? It might be just a thing where it's like that's how the classes work, right? How much do you have to? Now let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. I'm not gonna. I think it's worth doing because then we're not doing stuff like light switches and then breaker boxes have different code. It's just a matter of like, well, it does have different code, but give me, you know what I mean. So let's see. What we want to do in here, no, in here, yes. Interactable, pickupable, usable. So we want to make it make an item like a thing item. We don't even have to make a thing. It can be anything. But the interface is that this is activated by something that is not a player. Right? Is that what we're saying? With this one, hold on, let's go back here. Activated by something that is not a player. Because otherwise, you just say interactable and then do it, right? I'm going to put a question mark on here. I'll tell you why I'm going to put a question mark on here. If I say the light switch, hold on, I'm making a new. So let's say we've got a light switch. And it's tiny, but then we grow it so you can read it. So let's say we have a light switch. And then we have a couple lamps. The lamps will be on if they have power. This is buck wild, but I'm going to skip this one. It seems like the easy one, but it seems like the easy one to the point where I'm like, somebody's done it. So I'm not going to bother doing it. I'm going to do something interesting and probably something not many people have done, which is like this whole combining and emptying part. Because I think that's going to be anybody who, this is going to be anybody who's like made light switches. And I want to see how they did it, because I think trying to do it through like, because my thought was, are these tags, is it gameplay ability? Am I putting gameplay ability systems on Freaking light switches, is that a thing? Probably not. I don't know. But one thing we do want to do is make things so that they collide. Ah, this is the same issue, isn't it? No, it's a different issue. All right, let's do it. New C++ class. We love it. We love it. And these are gonna be it. Am I yeah, I imagined it good. Combinable. Does that make sense? That you combine two things. And like, and it's not like, even when you're like emptying stuff, if I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna go, oh, I'm gonna put this crowbar on the door to open it, instead of like having no interaction, it's also give you like a way to get an interaction hint out as well. I think this is gonna work. I think this is gonna work, guys. Like, how could it not work? So why that? While that's brewing. Can I spell advanced? No. Oh, that's. I gotta wait on either side. All right. Just gonna double check. I don't know if they're actually up to date, because if you look here, they've got a branch. Chug. They have a branch for every version of Unreal, but they don't have 5.7 yet. So I don't know if they've gone and done it. They have some lip service to 5.7 in. Oops. In here, yeah. GitHub. In here. But I don't know, man. That's all that's done. It doesn't compile anymore. All right, here's a combinable. Here's our usable, and all we did was add these functions. All right, so let's go back here first. We're gonna say also do another one. Oops. Do another one. That's gonna be and it's gonna be who. So we've got our pointer to the thing that is going to combine with this. So essentially what happened is that you're going to say, I'm going to use this with another thing, and the other thing is this. And up here, combine. So combine, combine, so we get the same thing. It's going to combine with this, and then I'm trying to think if I should put it into the person's hand or not. No, it'll just stay where it is. I'm also going to make a new one. Oh. This I haven't figured out. Let's just make it a. There's strings in Unreal Engine, right? I can just say string somewhere. I just gotta remember what the type is. I'm sure I have one somewhere. F string, that was it. I knew I had one somewhere. F string. So this is going to be F. Okay, so this is our combinable interface. We can see if it can combine with something. We can combine it. Hold on. There we go. We can see if it can combine it, get a hint about combining it so that we can display it to the user, and then we can actually combine it. So we won't bother getting the string if it can't combine. Also, we get this nice little thing where you can stop being able to combine it. So, for example, if you're pouring one thing into another, the other thing may take a maximum amount of like charges. So you'll be able to pour some of it, but not all of it. You might just need enough. Who knows? But that's what we'll do. Let's do that. And I'll hop over here and see if I broke it. Bam! Our favorite button. Days ago. Let's take a look. That's well. I didn't hear that. Did you? It wasn't the terrible sound, so it compiled. I can push the button. It doesn't break. All right. That breaks, but that's not the one. Okay. Okay, so if we look at how those work, we need to have tags for it. Am I smart enough to have the tags for that in here? Yeah. So let's do that. Right? Does that make sense? Because we got this creates the thing, this in the same way this creates the event, and then this event gets handled over there. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Combine items. So hop over here. Oh yeah, that's got a hole. Okay, combine items. We have a tag for it now. Well, we will have a tag once I push this button. And then we'll add that helper down there. The more I think about it, the more I start leaning towards gas. Gameplay abilities, because you could say that like, no, that doesn't make any sense, right? You could apply effects to it, to like the thing. No, let's just roll with this. What could go wrong? I'm gonna combine the ugly lamp. I'm gonna say it's combinable, which means there's a thing here, and we'll have view object reference. Now I get does that make sense? Just trying to think this through. If we check the class of the object here, which is a pain in the ass, whatever. I'm 2 steps away from just like looking to see if somebody else has done this, because again, somebody else has done this, right? Somebody else has done this, and they've done it in a data-driven manner, so I'm not making so many classes. Give me a second. Someone must have done this. I don't know. Okay. Unreal Engine. Because that's how I think about it. More of an adventure game type thing. I don't know how the other one compiles and this one doesn't. But I will. No. That's not what I want to do. Nope. Let's try. No, that's more of a. This is more what we're trying to do here. But see, part of what I'm having trouble with is, other than like separate classes with their own chunks of code, what's the data structure to deciding how one thing combines with another, or how one thing combines with everything else? Because you might have a thing where it's like, okay, this is a cup. You can put liquids, powders, you could put a slice of cake in it. I don't know if I'd support all that, but it'd be a thing where it's like, okay, these are the things I can support. If you put two things of the same into it, is it can create a third thing, right? This is all like wacky. Maybe it comes down to naming all different things that can connect and combine together. No. Alright. As crazy as it sounds, I think we're still in the right direction, because we still need all this stuff in order to say that this ugly lamp can combine with something. What can it combine with? It can combine with a oh, how am I going to do that? are you gonna do? If I wanted to say that only water combines with the ugly lamp, I have to go not just into like the drink, but I have to say that the drink I have to care about the drink. I have to care about the drink, guys. All right, all right. Hear me out. Hear me out. Class U combinable. Class I combinable. Give me a second. Interface refer to interface class. So essentially what I'm trying to do is I go down here and oh, this is in blueprints. Yeah, we did that part. We literally did this. Oops. Yeah, there we go. They're just actors. Best you can get. Okay. So we get this object, do object, and then we have to decide if it's in the list of things that can be combined with, which I don't want to hard code it into a blueprint. I'd rather do it like this, like the drinks, where it has like this stuff. Of course, now we're in that thing where it's like, well, is it combinable? Is it do I make a blueprint class primary data asset underscore combinable? Is that the real kind of thing? And then we just check in there what can combine with what, and then decide there how to deal with it. Maybe, because that's a data structure that could work. So like if we go back over to our here, if we're looking at like a data structure restore for figuring out what can combine with what. If we say this thing and then part of it is that it has and this is a right? So actually it would be more like and then you could say so it's combinable, and then you have an array of widths, and those are like, you know, other item 5. Excuse me. Or we get to the point where we're like, instead of this, we're doing the actual interfaces are like oops. And then and which would be a true combine into a third object. Right? And essentially you're saying, okay, this could, we do the thing on our side, and then when we do a collision on the other side, we're like, okay, do you implement this? Yes, no. And then whatever, because of you. And it's tough because you think about something like poison. I can add poison to like cake. We know what the outcome is. That doesn't exactly do the same thing, right? Do I say, okay, the door handle is now poisoned. If you eat it, you'll be poisoned. I don't know. It feels so much like gameplay abilities. I don't like the idea that like most of the objects in the world are full gameplay ability items. But is that because I'm not thinking with portals? I mean gameplay abilities? I don't know. Maybe that's true, maybe it ain't. What an auspicious start to the year where I'm like pretty much like stuck. And nobody wants to watch me just kind of research things. I don't want to watch me research things. At this like base level, you know what I mean? So what I'm gonna do, just close this, I'm gonna save it. Save the ugly lamp. So we get some stuff going. Okay, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's delve into a new unplanned topic. Okay, master. No local changes. Good. All right. And then we'll close this because I don't want to confuse myself. And we'll just wait 5,000 years for this to load. So the other thing I've been trying to do is get this to Unreal Engine 5.7, which I'm not using anything like specific. I know people are like, oh no, upgrade. It's like, no, you upgrade all you want when you're at this level, because it's not like I'm like diving deep into like nanite or anything like that. I'm running around a test level. No one cares. So I haven't been able to get it to compile. There's a little thing here. Already undocumented anywhere. This is possible. Oh, wait. Sorry. I gotta do something else first. I want to open that project in the old one, right? Before kind of throwing my computer for a loop, but bear with me, computer. You can do it. I find that 5.7 doesn't load any slower than 5.6, but my computer gives more of a shit, which is annoying because it's like it's the same, dude. Look, this thing's going just as slow as the other one. I force quitted that one so that I could. Sorry, I'm jumping around a lot. Here we go. I think this one is still a 5. No, I'm gonna go like this. Delete. It's fine. Is it there? No, it's not there. I jumped the gun. I should just left it. There we go. That's why. All right. And I think I should do the same to this. Okay, why I need to do. So I've been having trouble compiling this in 5.7, and then there's a line from November because I haven't farted around with this since then, where he says it still works. You need to use Steam sockets networking, which I understand is intended change but utterly underdocumented anywhere. Which is something I don't think I have turned on. Why would I turn it on if it's already compiling, right? Actually, you know what? A better way would be to skip. That's not the button I want. Skip all. Cancel. Cancel. Thank you. I should just go into here and add it. I can't hurt to just add it, right? And then I should be able to just use this and just have this extra live plugin, right? I'll always find it hilarious that a actual project will load faster than the home screen. I don't know what's wrong with the home screen that it does that, but yeah. You lost the race. I'm just gonna leave it like that and we'll see what happens. Nothing exploded. Good. Okay, we're back. The other thing we want to do is in here. Let's open up our code again. And we're actually going up to the engine. No. References? No. Oh, there we go. All right, and then if we you don't get any of these messages if you open it through Unreal Editor, which is why I usually like to do it, but I'm dumb. Finish asset discovery. All right, file. So essentially I've added a plugin. I have changed some targets, which when I run it here, it should go 5.6. Which is funny because stuff I'm using that is 5.6, not 5.4. Not complaining right now. It's just that those numbers, those have to be set correctly for loading in 5.7. Compile complete. Push the button. We're essentially trying to see if like this works. As in like, oh, there it is. Yeah, look. Push the host button. Takes forever for some reason. Probably because I had like 9. I have 2 Unreal editors open. That's why. I don't know why I have 2 Unreal editors open, but I do. Which one do you think is running this? Not this one. Close. All right, here we go. All right. No crashes. That's a good sign. All right. I'm gonna hop over to this. Hop over to this guy. I am going to do what we all know we should do. And I think I'm not going to do a copy because I have a copy. I've got this guy here, right? I have a Git repository. Seriously? Give me a minute. I swear I have LFS on here. It's in brew, homebrew. Oh, they just added. Let's check this out. That looks like a lot of installed, huh? Install get LFS. It's in there. It's on there. That's there. That's the most cursed one of them all. I heard you like slop, so I added some micro slop to your Xcode slop. Yeah. All right, so we're ready to do our Buck Wilds, which is this, which is going to take forever. It's fine, as long as we know what's happening. So we're going to open 5.7 and we'll see if we can get this to 5.7. I'm going to do a upgrade in place because I've got it saved on the repo. I don't need to do a copy. What is this? Like freaking 80s game dev. Copy one final underscore final underscore draft. I'm going to highlight that to remind myself why I'm trying this again. Now the in theory, this is the Buck Wild theory. In theory, I could not remove the Steam session part just to get 5.7 working, but that by the time it does work, if this doesn't work, it'll be far flung into the future. That's your other option. I'm going to stick with this one first, because in theory this also affects 5.6. Right, because this is from 5.6, but it didn't compile to 5.6 because I think the targets that I had were set to 5.4. So even though Unreal Engine was compiling to 5.4, it was compiling, or sorry, 5.6, its own stuff. For the other stuff, it was like using that. I don't know, man. It's super confusing. It's confusing that it doesn't just say latest, because you have to download a different editor to to do a compile anyway. This is all so it can like, you know, load the home screen. But I can't load the home screen. I can't load the project because it'll just open in 5.6 again. That's what's set up for right now, right? There I go. All to load the boot screen. I don't know why I don't trust that. All right, let's see how it does. Tell it to convert in place. It's not completely hating on me. It's not doing anything else, but it's not like yelling at me yet. It was yelling at me before. Like every great computer application, it gives you no indication of what it's doing or what the project progress is, except for the fact that the buttons are locked up. And I really don't understand why 5.6 doesn't do any, throw up that warning. It'll sit there and like do compiles and stuff for a while. There we go. All right. This is the terrible part, where it might all fall apart. But that's okay. This is a side quest. As a working prog bar, that's thanks. Is it the same problem? Doesn't like my version of, oh yeah, it's the same problem. So I go this. Oh, this is just gonna complain again. No. Yeah, actually. If I can get in here and just take those out, take out the Steam stuff, and just say for now, or just do its advanced sessions, and then we'll troubleshoot the other stuff later, because I don't think I'm using the Steam stuff. It's just part of the advanced sessions. It comes with that when you like not compile, when you check out the project, right? It's advanced sessions and advanced sessions. I don't think advanced sessions is dependent on it, is it? I don't think it is. I don't think we're using it. You take it out, skip the whole advanced Steam sessions doesn't compile, and just proceed as normal until look at that. That's pretty quick, comparatively. By comparatively, I mean to just loading the home without reloading a project. I don't know what it does. I think it tries to like phone home, but it's inefficient. Okay, while we wait for these shaders to compile, I'm gonna go grab a sustenance BRB. I will put that up on the screen for you to watch. Oh my god, that didn't even make a dent. Well then, I think probably now is a good time to sign off, and I will update you later about this upgrade attempt. I think what I'll do after this, because right now I'm just loading it as a unupgraded project, I'll go in there, I'll remove the Steam stuff, keep advanced sessions, and see if it still works. And then that will be the upgrade path. And maybe I'll figure out the whole adding Steam back in, which we don't really need right now. If all else fails, I'll make people set up a VPN, and then they can find each other's games that way. All right, have a good one every night. See you next time.